So let's play a game called What Up, Swagoo? Here we go. Swagoo, what is up with TJ Watt and the Steelers? For those of you who didn't see it, he just posted on his Instagram story that picture with no explanation and hasn't weighed in since. What do we make of this?
I like TJ turning into a goon in the national media. We don't talk about TJ other than getting sacks. My man Myles Garrett requested a trade only to get $40 million. This is TJ saying I want 41 because I've been the best defender in the NFL forever. The Steelers will get the signs, they will get the signals, and TJ Watt will become the highest paid defensive player. It's contract time, baby. That's all this means, G. It's the offseason.
This is why I ask Marcus these questions, because he always has the answers. All right, here's the next one. What is up with Kirk Cousins and the Falcons? None of this makes sense to me. What's going to happen here, Swagoo?
Nothing. Kirk Cousins will be the richest spectator in NFL history when we get done with it. Michael Penix Jr. is going to become the starter for the Falcons. They're going to go ahead and move forward. Pay Kirk his money, man. Look, Kirk came, reinvigorated the city, put his chains on, he put it together. Nah, on a serious note, like this is now become Kirk Cousins ushering in Michael Penix Jr. I think Penix Jr. did enough to show that he should get a shot this year and see what they have in the young fella. But Kirk will be a rich fan. He'll be the richest fan in all stadiums this year.
I think they got to let him go to Cleveland. We'll see. All right, last one. Swagoo, what is up with Micah Parsons and the Cowboys?
Nothing, G. It's the tale as old as time. Jerry is going to make you put the Cowboys and Micah Parsons on the rundown every single day. We just watched this dude last year wait till the day of the season to pay his franchise quarterback. Micah is going to be the highest paid defensive player in the NFL when it's all said and done. But you know how Jerry does this. Jerry's going to pay three people. He's going to pay his quarterback, he's going to pay his superstar defensive man, and he's going to pay the dude he loved and like a lot. And Micah Parsons is not only his superstar defensive guy, he loves him and likes him a lot. He's just going to make us wait until it's the day of the season.
I think that's probably right. Get ready for that in the A block all summer long, fellas. We're going to need it. In the meantime, we got sneaky big news as we try and figure out which quarterback is going to go second in the NFL draft. I want you to look at these things matter. I'm realizing an increasing amount in the world. At ESPN Bet 3 weeks ago, Shedeur Sanders was minus 1,600 to be the second quarterback selected in the draft. As of today, that number has dropped to minus 225. And look at Jackson Dart's numbers. Continuing to drop. Does this mean, Peter Schrager, that, well, I mean, I don't even know why I'm asking you this in the form of a question. This means there are people who think there is a real possibility that not only does Shedeur Sanders not go first amongst the quarterbacks in this draft, he doesn't even go second.
I haven't spoken to anyone who's got Jackson Dart over Shedeur Sanders. I don't have anyone who has told me, you know what, we're Jackson Dart team. That said, I don't have anyone who's doing flips over Shedeur Sanders either. It's a really interesting draft right now. Cam Ward has aced this entire process. I believe he will go first overall to the Titans. The intrigue starts at who's the next quarterback taken. And as we see here by ESPN Bet, it looks like there is some discussion. But I wouldn't be shocked if we came in the Friday morning after the draft and, I don't know, Jalen Milroe was the second quarterback taken because someone had a subset
You're just saying
package.
That casually?
Yeah, I'm saying it casually. I'm saying I don't know.
Tyler Shuck?
Tyler Shuck.
There are people who love him.
There are people who have said that Tyler Shuck is the best pure thrower of a football. So if that is what you are looking for, Tyler Shuck could be it.
And he's big and he runs a 4.6.
But he's 25 years old and he's coming off an ACL from a year ago. So everyone's got their warts in this thing. I don't have anyone saying slam dunk, we're Shedeur Sanders' team, but I also don't have anyone saying, well, Jackson Dart's the future. So it's not like this guy is just a locomotive train of momentum right now.
Quick takes from the guys. RC, quick take.
Yeah, I just don't believe that that's true. I believe Shedeur Sanders is QB2 in this draft. Now, where he'll go, I can't really pinpoint that, but I believe it's Cam Ward picked as the first quarterback, and Shedeur Sanders will follow him.
Marcus?
Yeah, I believe that too, but this is not an exact science, and we try to make it that every time we lead into a draft. We don't know if Shedeur Sanders is going to turn out into an all-pro or he's going to be a quarterback that's waffling. We just have no idea. What I will say is this, though. The characteristics that he's shown to me warrant him being a first-round draft pick, And I think he can help an NFL franchise be better than they are that doesn't have a quarterback playing at a high level.
Yeah, I'll say this again. If there's one thing I've learned hosting this thing over the last few years and talking to all of the insiders like yourself and all of the analysts like Mel Kiper and the others, Phil Yates, what they can give you is a consensus. What they can give you is this is what 80%, 90% of the league likes this player over this player, and that's why they put the mocks the way they do. But 90% of the people don't make each individual decision. It just takes one team that decides we like this one player over another, and that's how you wind up with a lot of surprise.
Hey, 7 teams in the NFL have new head coaches heading into next season, and those teams are allowed to get a head start on the offseason workout. Speaking of Dallas, the Cowboys underway today. Micah Parsons, he's looking for a new deal, is in attendance, according to our Todd Archer. New head coach Brian Schottenheimer takes over a team that finished 7-10 a year ago and missed out on the playoffs. Our NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky is back here with us. Based on how the offseason has gone for the Cowboys, biggest concern, and you know I'm locked in, is my squad, that you have for them going into the season?
Are they going to find a way to stop the run? I feel like we've said that for the past couple of seasons of the Dallas Cowboys, the physicality up front. And everyone's like, well, they got to get interior defensive line help, and they have to add different linebackers. And they've done that, and it's similar results. So they do have to find a way within their division and their conference to be more physical up front and stop the run. And then there's question marks attached to their secondary, mainly health-wise. Trayvon Diggs, their all-pro corner, is he going to be healthy enough to start the season and get back to that all-pro caliber playing level? So their defense as a whole, their defense is going to have to get better, stopping the run and just getting health on the perimeter.
Yeah, now, they have the 12th pick in the draft. What players do you think would be a good fit there?
Well, naturally, after that,
Yeah.
I'm going to say wide receiver.
There you go, offense.
Yeah. So I think the Cowboys have the chance to be better than people expect. They need Dak to be healthy, and they need somebody opposite CeeDee Lamb. Tet McMillan out of Arizona. He reminds me so much of Drake London. That big, long, rangy frame, some of the basketball background where he can use his body and shield defenders. I love that he's a different skill set than what CeeDee Lamb has. Or Matthew Golden out of Texas. Once you cut on his tape, because he was a little bit overshadowed last year from Isaiah Bond, but you cut on the tape and he tested so well, and you're like, man, this guy's a complete wide receiver and he has a vertical threat ability. If Dak can stay healthy, and that's not something he has done over the past couple of seasons, I think that offensive line is going to be a good unit. I think this is a playoff contending football team, but they have to get somebody that is a legit threat opposite CeeDee Lamb.
I'm surprised you say wide receiver because running back was such an issue with them.
It's such a deep running back class. This Ashton Genty and Hampton are kind of the leaders of the class in many people's eyes, but you can get a really good back in this draft in the second and or third round.
By the way, Cowboys had a league low 6 rushing touchdowns last season. That's Dan Orlovsky. Thank you.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn câu tượng. Tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là thẻ bài. Các bạn hôm nay tượng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là bong bóng. Bây giờ cô anh theo tôi nha.
Mua để phải ăn. Ăn bình thường.